I think you're in my life because I choose you to be in my life. I told you you're like my Pokemon, like I choose you. And yeah, I know you love me when I go nerdy.
Nerd alert.
Yeah.
What do I do that makes you feel I understand you?
From the very beginning, you were really on board with this idea of like we have to be open and talk about things and being very transparent, which is very important to me. I don't know why you did it, but you were on board with it ever since day one, and I felt understood. Like you understood me and my deep need of being really honest and having or trying to have an open communication all the time, which is like, yeah, it's so important to me. When do you feel closest to me?
When we're having this type of conversations. Because, like, of course, we talk every day about everything and anything. But when we're talking a particular subject that could lead to any like problem or fight or anything, we open ourselves a lot. And by you doing that, I feel we get closer. What's the best thing you learned from our worst fight? I don't even know what's our worst fight.
I don't think we have like really fought, like having a big fight. I think, yeah, I think I know. What would maybe you can, we'll see if it's the same for both. But I think that fight that we had, or fight, like bad moment we had in Zion, that New Year's Eve to New Year's Day, yeah, that was shitty. I mean, it was definitely not something I expected would happen in that trip.
Me neither.
And I'm really sorry.
I'm
Cheeky.
sorry.
But it's not your fault. I mean, you were right to. I think you were right to feel the way you felt, Cheeky. And I'm sorry that I expressed myself the way I did. De verdad, lo siento. I mean, we talked about it. I don't think we talked about it since. We decided to do it now. But it's I think what it taught me, first, that we need to keep talking about things that happen, just so that we understand what the other one is thinking, and that we can talk things through. And that we can always do it in a respectful and loving way, even if we're mad or frustrated. But I think the most important thing that taught me about you is that I have to it's very important to you to feel that I always put you first. And that the way I think I'm putting you first doesn't necessarily always aligns with what you're expecting from me, to feel like I'm putting you first. Those two things usually are very aligned, but not always. And I think it's important to me to remind myself that those two things are not always aligned. That I say to you, I'm not a mind reader, you have to tell me how you feel, but also but I already know things about you, and I have to keep them in mind and remind myself that, hey, she likes this. She likes when you say this, when you do this, when you make her feel this way, and do it or say it, because I do love you. And I do feel like you are the most important thing to me. And I want you to feel that way. So I have to remind myself like, hey, do this thing so that she feels that she's the most important thing and she's first. She comes first. I have to think about this. Have you... I think this is related a little bit to the last question. Do you feel like that has changed? Do you feel... Let me be more specific. Do you feel loved by my family now? Do you feel more loved? Do you feel... I don't want to word it in a way that forces you to answer in a certain way.
You want to ask it in Spanish?
¿Cómo te sientes ahora con mi familia?
I think that I feel better. But it's not necessarily connected to the fight, to the incident, to the conversation. It would be after my dad. But at the same time, the part of the family, even though it was part of the argument, like you told me that night, you cannot act for others. Like they're their own person and they make their own actions. But you could guarantee me, and what you just said on your answer, to make me feel loved, and that you could try to talk to them, but again, they're their own individual person and they're gonna act that way. But I think after my dad, they were there. Yeah, it changed a little bit.
I know. And they do love you. Ellos sí te quieren. Creo que al final vale más, ¿no?, las acciones que las palabras.
They do.
And I'm glad you felt that way. Gracias. If this were to be our last conversation ever, what would you never want me to forget?
How much I love you.
I know that.
I'll forget it.
I know that. That was a hard one.
Hey there, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the conversation and want to ask these questions to your own partner, check out the And Couples Edition card game at theskindeep.com/shop.